One of the things that I found as an ADHD, especially when I was young, I would always try and be a people pleaser. I wasn't somebody who had a huge amount of friends because I upset people, I think, a lot of the time. Being unfiltered, I tend to say what I think, and even in jest, people get upset. So, not being able to read people very well sometimes as well didn't really help. So I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, and that's not to say, oh, this is a sob story, feel sorry for me. No, absolutely don't. I'm trying to make a point here about saying sorry. Now, one of the things a lot of ADHDs do is we apologise when we shouldn't have to. We say sorry when we shouldn't have to. And it struck me today, somebody did it to me today. They said sorry. They have ADHD as well. And it just made me think of all those times I'd said sorry. And it's like watching a weaker dog roll over on its back to surrender to a stronger dog. It's a submissive gesture. So what happens when we engage in submissive gestures? People take advantage of that. It's just a fact. Now, I'm not saying we should never apologise, because obviously with ADHD there's times I absolutely should have apologised and still do apologise when I've misread a situation or something hasn't gone as well. I'll think it through, and if I feel an apology is justified, I will do it. Now, when I was younger, there was friendship was really, really important to me. And if there was somebody who was popular, I would try and get in their good books. And what that meant was I became very, very vulnerable to being set up for other people to laugh at. And along with that, you eventually end up being the clown in the group. And it's not a position I particularly liked, but you're in the group, you're trying to make people laugh, but at the same time, they're taking the piss out of you. They're taking the piss out of me. I became a figure of ridicule. And you then start to get feedback, how other people actually see you. And nobody takes you seriously about anything, really. And a lot of the times it was most frustrating, because I say it without any hubris, I was the smartest person in the room a lot of the time. And I've got these people who aren't too bright taking the piss out of me and calling me stupid because they don't understand where I'm coming from. So, what am I trying to say here? Basically, it's just be aware of ingratiating yourself too much, because people will see it as a sign of weakness. Avoid saying sorry all the time, because if you're saying sorry all the time, it becomes meaningless when you need to say it. And again, people see it as a sign of weakness, and they will take advantage of that. And that's it, really. So from just seeing something today, just made me think. And it made me think of all those times as a child I put myself in a position where I became a figure of ridicule, a figure for fun. And as a result of that, nobody took me seriously, and that not only cost me at school, it cost me in my careers later on. There is a time for laughter, and I love having fun. I love having a laugh, but I like people to laugh with me rather than at me. So basically, don't say sorry unless you absolutely mean it, and stand up for yourself and be yourself. Don't roll over and have your belly tickled, unless you're in the bedroom.